The last strategy I am going to explain is referred as multi-site active-active. As the name says, it is active both places. Now, this is how the initial setup looks like. You have on-prem environment, you have your cloud environment where you want to perform recovery also, and your DNS knows about both the environment, and maybe you said I would send 50% traffic here, 50% traffic here. I'm using both the site as active. While in initial stage, my web server and server are already into full capacity. They do not need to be scaled when an event happen. They already have sufficient bandwidth capacity available so that they can take over all the load at very given moment. No impact on the user at all. That has already been set up. We still have a primary database. We have a database instance here which is being replicated. So now as I already have the setup and DNS entry, I have full capacity servers running here and my app server is pointing to my database servers. I do not need to perform lot of steps here. So what happens in case my web server, app server and databases goes down or my on-prem environment goes down? What I'll do now, I would just promote my database to primary. And it will be done by automation. I do not need to launch more server from AMI because they are already running at the full capacity I'm expecting. I just promoted my database. I don't have to update the DNS. I need to just change a setting and say, hey, you were sending 50% and 50% before. Now this is down. Let's go ahead and do 0 and then do 100. And this can be automatically done by health checks into Route 53. Other DNS provider also have same mechanism. So in case they detect a failure, they stop sending or they stop resolving name to the failed resource and they always send every request IP address to this web server. So that's how it will work. So in this case, what we did, we were able to save time. It is almost real time things happen. Server went down, Route 53 detected, your request get forwarded to your cloud environment, and you do not have to your customer do not need to wait for environment to get ready or come at full capacity. In previous stage, when we had to expand our auto scaling group, so maybe it took 15 minutes of time for my auto scaling to be fully ready before into my previous situation which I explained where I did not had a fully active, I had low capacity. So for 15 minutes till I had full capacity available, my user complain about performance. Afterward the complaint is not there. But in this case that even 15-minute impact is not there. Why? Because I already deployed at full capacity. As you have guessed, as I am always running at full capacity, I am paying a lot of money to keep the environment. So maybe for a fraction of your applications, this can be the best strategy. Other application you may decide to use backup and restore depending on your criticality of the business. So you could decide to use any of these things. So these methods exist. How you want to implement it is completely on you. What software solutions you want to use, it is up to your businesses and licensing models. So comparing these recovery strategies. So if you go ahead and perform only backup and restore, your RPO, RTO is in terms of hours and you keep your cost low. Then you say, okay, I would use maybe some application are worth the Pilot Lite where I want to recover them in tens of minutes. So that time I could implement Pilot Lite. I would obviously be paying little more money in that case. In case there are more critical application, I could go for fully working low capacity standby on that. RPO RTO would be in minutes rather than tens of minutes, and payment will be much higher because I am keeping a lot of resources running always. And then multi-site active is RPO RTO of real time. I would be spending a lot of money in that case, but maybe this is required for my business criticality. So you decide what is your business requirement. So maybe depending on your business, you could say 70% of my application are candidate for backup and restore. 15% will go into Pilot Lite kind of mechanism. 5% or let's say 4% application are part of your, or let's say 14% application. Let me do the math. Yeah, 85 and then yeah 94, and maybe 1% of my application are worth multi-active. So it depends on how you want to configure your application. So you decide what is your requirement, and these strategies can be implemented either by solution provided by cloud provider, or you implement it on your own or use third-party solution. So I hope you have a better understanding of different recovery strategy, what is a disaster, how to recover from it, and what is RPO and RTO. Thank you.